Hello, and welcome to the latest edition of the Flying Fullback podcast. And today we're going to discuss about the Euros, which is starting tonight.
Yep. So the last time we saw you all, we talked about the Champions League final, which of course Chelsea won. And starting tonight, we have the European Championships. I'm really excited about it. And let's get right into the discussion. So in an earlier podcast, we both gave our prediction for who we thought would win the Euros. Asitwa, you predicted England and I predicted Portugal. Would you like to change your opinion now? Do you think a different team is more likely to win?
Yeah, definitely. England is not coming home, guys. The coming home thing is gone way over the head. And in my opinion, the personal choices that is of squad Gareth Southgate has taken, मतलब मुझे पसंद नहीं है. मतलब the initial squad was still a bit fine, but ट्रेंट चला गया and I definitely thought कि वार्ड प्राउस आएगा या फिर लिंगार्ड आएगा. But the decision taking Ben White, who is not getting the game time in any match, even for a single minute. He is a dead player in the squad in my opinion. तो उससे बटे तो कोई चांस था खेलने के लिए कि मिडफील्ड वैसे ही बहुत थिन है. 5-6 प्लेयर के मिडफील्ड है उनका. तो कोई एक्स्ट्रा
हाँ मतलब अगर अगर तुम वॉर्ड प्राउस को ला दो तो वॉर्ड प्राउस इज अ फ्री किक स्पेशलिस्ट, इज अ सेट
इम्पैक्ट
पीस
सब
स्पेशलिस्ट,
इम्पैक्ट
कभी
सब
तो काम लग जाए ऐसे इन सम सिचुएशन.
या इम्पैक्ट सब की तरह काम होता है. जैसे लिंगार्ड भी इम्पैक्ट सब की तरह करता है. बेन वाइट किसी भी सिचुएशन में नहीं आने वाला गेम में. स्टार्ट वो करने नहीं वाला. आप सेंटर बैक को लेके आते नहीं हो आखिरी में. कहाँ किस लिए कितने राइट बैक डिफेंडर चाहिए. तो वो तो इसलिए. और दूसरा जो इंग्लैंड की परफॉर्मेंस रही भी है लास्ट वर्ल्ड कप में, इंग्लैंड की हाइप क्यों थी? बिकॉज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंग्लैंड फुटबॉल इन रिसेंट ईयर्स वो ऐसे अच्छा फुटबॉल खेल रहे थे. अभी वो फिर से टिपिकल इंग्लैंड स्टाइल में रूट वन फुटबॉल पे चले गए हैं कि हमें मिडफील्ड हमारा एग्जिस्ट करता नहीं, वैसे भी ऑन पिच भी नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता, ऑन पेपर भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है. तो बस हम रूट वन फुटबॉल, डिफेंस सीधा वही अटैक पे. एंड उससे इंग्लैंड कभी कुछ नहीं खा रहा आज तक. तो वही है, इसलिए मुझे कोई भरोसा नहीं है. मैं प्रेडिक्शन वापस ले रहा हूँ. मैं पहले अपने आप को बाद में बेइज्जती याद है मेरी. इससे बेटर है पहले ही. पहले भी मैं इंग्लैंड पे बहुत डाउटफुल था, अब तो डाउट ही नहीं है. और ऊपर से हमने हमारा सिमुलेशन भी है टूर्नामेंट को लेके, जो अभी हम कुछ टाइम में रिवील करने वाले हैं. एंड उस सिमुलेशन के अकॉर्डिंग तो मैं बिल्कुल भी इंग्लैंड को छोड़ने भी नहीं वाला.
ओके, तो शुरू करें सिमुलेशन. लेट्स लुक एट द सिमुलेशन.
Yeah, so for the first, we are taking the groups, and according to us, the first three groups would be like the following. So Tejume, why have you chosen Italy as the first in the group A and Turkey as second?
So Italy and Turkey both are teams who I think can be dark horses. I mean, generally हम expect नहीं करते कि ये दो teams बहुत आगे जाएंगी. Italy, I know they are traditionally a very good team, पर उनकी squad काफी young है, it's quite inexperienced. However, I think it is very talented. तो Italy और Turkey दोनों की teams, they are quite young, quite talented, and I think कि in a group stage and knockout competition like the Euros, they both can do pretty well. So in Group A, as you said, I predicted Italy to finish first and Turkey to finish second, and I think that's a pretty safe prediction to make.
Okay, and what did you pick Wales as third?
So again, now Wales have a few good players. We all know Gareth Bale has kind of picked up a little form. Aaron Ramsey is there. You have a few good players, but I'm not sure that I don't think they'll be able to challenge either Turkey or Italy. Now, I know the last time they played in the Euros, they did pretty well. We all remember Hal Robson Kanu against Belgium. What a goal that was! What a
Oh
performance
my
that
God,
was!
what a goal that
But I
was!
don't think they're gonna have. I don't think this time it's gonna be quite as good.
Last time also we
So
had the peak Gareth
I
Bale
think they'll finish
as
third.
ever. मतलब those 2016 Gareth Bale was the best form of Gareth Bale as a Real Madrid player. He also came third
Yeah,
in the
for
UEFA
sure.
Player of the Year. Like, so it's all. But don't you think Switzerland could be third?
Well, again, Switzerland is a team which has a few good players, but I think it's going to be very close between Switzerland and Wales, that's for sure. But I think Wales have that, little bit extra. So
Okay.
I think Wales will finish third.
Okay. So moving on to the group B, we have Belgium as first, Denmark as second, Russia as third, and Finland as fourth. So yeah, Tejuma, you have any remarks on that?
Well, I think this one is again kind of straightforward. Belgium is pretty straightforward. Russia and Denmark, I think you could make the argument for Russia finishing in second. But these are the things which you can't really predict right now, right?
Yeah,
You'll
it
have
was
to
a
look
very
at the
close
tournament,
call
ki
in
tournament
our
mein ho kya
opinion.
raha hai, how they perform against each other. Yeah, for sure. तो इसमें it's difficult to predict, but I think overall Russia, it'll be between Russia and Denmark for second and third, obviously, and Finland is not going to do pretty well. I think I don't think they'll do too well.
Okay, so now moving on to Group C, we have one of the tournament favorites for some people: Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. In which personally I don't think कि North Macedonia कुछ भी करने वाले हैं. This will be the most shittiest team in the entire tournament. In my opinion, personally. What about you?
Well, I actually think that they can pull something off. They have a few good players. They have Bardi and Alioski, so they have a few decent players in their ranks. But I don't think they're even close to any of the other teams. So I'm not predicting it'll be quite as bad as you said, but still they will finish rock bottom of their group.
Okay, and what about Netherlands? What's your take on Netherlands?
Another young, talented squad, and they have a good mix of talent and experience, but uh, I think the Virgil van Dijk factor would have pushed them a lot further, but without him, I'm not so sure.
Okay, so next the Group D, which with the media hype is all about the group consisting of England, Croatia, Scotland, and Czech Republic. So that's the prediction of our order also. So what's your take on Tejame? You are
Yes.
predicting England to come first in this group.
Yeah, I mean, Croatia, I know we all know that they reached the World Cup final, but it's not the same team, is it?
Yeah,
Their players have kind of, their quality has gone down. Modric
no,
has aged a bit, and just
it's a bit
generally, I think
on
Croatia
the
is
verge
not
of
what they
dying
were
on
in.
the pitch. Same thing. And Czech Republic quality is not there. Scotland, many people are predicting to be a dark horse, and we have put them in third. But many people are thinking that they might actually come up second in this group. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, we know that international tournaments are famous for having some wild outcomes. Maybe this could be one of them. Scotland have decent players in many positions. Of course, two main stars are probably a left back, Tierney and Robertson, but they have a few good players, Billy Gilmore and
Che
others like
Adams.
him. So McLean is pretty good. I like him. I like McLean, Che Adams. Yeah. Wait, isn't didn't he is he representing Scotland
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
tournament?
Def
I'm not
क्या
sure
बात
about
कर रहा
that.
है भाई कब से खेल रहा है वो
Okay,
स्कॉटलैंड के
okay,
लिए
acha, okay. So I guess I got him confused with someone else because I thought he was an England player. Anyway, so Scotland ho sakti hai. I mean they have decent players. Maybe they can pull it off. Who knows?
But do you think the Billy Gilmore hype has gone down a bit in last year? Because 2019 में तो it's under Frank Lampard, which was all about Billy Gilmore and this Mason Mount. Now it's all about Mason Mount. Billy Gilmore को इतना नाम नहीं आता.
हाँ, क्योंकि यार after Billy Gilmore's injury, he stopped playing regularly for the team. वैसे भी he wasn't really playing that much. And Mason
But वो
Mount ने
hype
तो
काफी
यार
था
he
यार.
has picked up form. वो बंदा कितना अच्छा खेल रहा है.
हाँ.
Hype, no doubt, no doubt. And I actually still think he's a very good player and he has a very bright future ahead of him. Unless Chelsea send him out on their tedious loan system, तो पता नहीं. But he's a talented player. So I don't know if he can make that big of an impact in this tournament, especially from central midfield. It's going to be difficult.
Okay. Now moving on to Group E, we have Spain, Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia in that order.
Again, a pretty straightforward group. Toppers. Spain is going to outlast the rest of the teams, in my opinion. Then now Sweden and with Sweden and Poland, it's a bit difficult to predict. But Sweden have some very talented young players, Alexander Isak, Kulusevski, and they have a good mix of experience as well. So I think they are more likely to finish second than Poland, who of course have the best player in the world based on form right now,
Yeah.
Robert Lewandowski.
But do you
So
think if Sweden had
this
Zlatan, they would be more clear
wait,
favorites for second?
so I was saying that not just on the pitch, but even off the pitch, Zlatan has a pretty decent and significant impact. So yes, I would think it would give them a pretty major advantage. But as it stands right now, it's probably closer than. And this is one of those things that this is one of those battles which is not that high profile, but it's going to be one of the best ones to see in the Euros, in my
And one
opinion.
of the most
It'll be
evenly
interesting to see
matched
who
kind of
comes out
thing.
on top. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, next we have Group F, which should be the Group D, the Group of Death. And
Group of death, yeah,
yeah, the ultimate group of death I have ever seen in an international tournament. Uh,
absolutely,
this
for sure.
is
On paper, I think these are the three best teams in the tournament. On paper, I'm just saying on paper because Germany is. I know right now you probably predict France and Portugal.
no. I
Not
definitely
even on
agree.
paper to
I
be.
definitely agree. When you
Yeah,
look at the squad of, especially since they have called Mueller back, the options going forward
exactly.
on paper are absolutely crisis for any
Mind
team.
blowing.
But just because the
Absolutely.
coach situation and the fact that the form of recent years is the one that's putting them on third in our prediction, because otherwise
Yeah.
they should have killed it with the amount of attack they have, and on form also. It's not like the attack is out of form. The attack is in full form. The midfield, the likes of Kai Havertz are in form. Gnabry is in form. Timo Werner is in some sort of form. So Müller is in form. So players are in form. And talent is there. Just the fact that something is not clicking for them. So going
Yeah.
into this tournament, we are predicting them to finish third. But if that something which is not clicks for them during tournament, they can really go the
Who knows?
distance.
Yeah, for sure. They could even end up winning. So see, this is a level of the group of death that the team who we are predicting to not even qualify, not even make it out of the group, can actually go on and win the whole tournament. So
Yeah.
who knows?
And coming to Portugal, do you think that this is the tournament in which Portugal moves on from Ronaldo?
I think this is the last tournament that Ronaldo is the star. I do actually still think that Ronaldo will be the star in this one. Maybe from the next World Cup,
But next
they
World
will
Cup
move
is
on from
just the
Ronaldo.
next year only. It's not like 2 years from now.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you still,
But in a single year, I think, yeah. So in that, I think Ronaldo will be kind of edged out. But in this tournament, Ronaldo is going to be the
so
star,
do
in
you
my opinion.
think Bruno is going to be next, the number 7 kind of player for Portugal?
There are so many options, man. Because you have Bruno, you also have Joao Felix, you have Diogo Jota. I actually think Pedro Neto can be that kind of player too. I
But
know that's
Neto
kind
is
of
not
a
not
stretch
even
to
in the
compare
squad right
Neto
now.
with. That's because he's injured. He's injured.
Okay.
Do you really think they would leave him out if he was not injured? No chance.
I thought he was
So
dropped in favor of Guedes.
no. One point Guedes was probably the heir to Ronaldo, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so yeah, at this point
Even
there are
at
so
one
many good
point,
players in the
Felix was
Portugal
supposed
team.
to be head to Ronaldo, but that team has fizzled out under Diego Simeone.
Yeah, but I think Felix can still make it.
He
Gonzalo
just
Guedes,
has
his
to take.
performances have really.
The only problem is he needs to change the team. He is a player who can't survive in this ruthless defensive kind of format. He needs a team like Man City, who play free flowing football.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now,
So I'm not quite sure who could be the replacement for Ronaldo, but there are a multitude of players who can fill the
but
place.
in my opinion, Bruno is going to be their guy
It seems most likely. I agree with you.
because he has this. At least he has the leadership skills. And now moving
Yeah,
on to the
he does.
absolute favorite of the tournament, which is France. And it's
Now,
all about the N'Golo Kante hype.
in the N'Golo Kante hype, I don't think we should be overlooking the main man, Kylian Mbappe.
Uh,
You know what? I know he already starred in the World Cup, but this could really be his tournament.
yeah,
I think
because
this
in my
is
opinion,
this is the perfect time and stage for him.
yeah, because in my opinion, even though he was a star, but the best player in that team was Griezmann, in my opinion.
Griezmann.
So
Yeah, no
this
doubt,
year he
no
could
doubt.
take that absolute number 1 kind of spot, and he could, tournament top score or something like that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, moving on, we are going to show you our top 4 third best player team. The rule sucks, but it is what it is. And in our opinion, these are the teams that are going to be qualify for the third position. And we don't think Germany will qualify, just because they, in my opinion, as of now, they will lose to Portugal and France, and then they will draw with Hungary or something. And with a single point, they just can't qualify.
I think it's going to be difficult for any team in that group of death to qualify in third place.
It can happen that France beats Portugal, then lose to Germany, then Portugal lose to France but wins against Germany. It can also be like that.
I'm so excited to see what happens in that group, man. This is going to be the highlight of the year.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to knockout rounds. And we have the first one in a prediction is, according to the UEFA site, this is how the knockouts going to line up. And we have making our predictions. And for the first, it's Belgium versus Wales. So I think it's very self-explanatory at this. Next one is Italy versus Austria. And again, it's very self-explanatory.
Italy is going to.
France versus Ukraine. Another one of those self-explanatory hammer kind of things. So we're just going to save our time and your time here. Moving on, we have Croatia versus Sweden. Now this is match which can be said evenly matched at this point.
Yep.
And
so now Croatia, I think if you ask people even a couple of years ago, or maybe even last year, they would have said Croatia easily take this one. But now that Croatia have kind of gone a level down and Sweden have gone a level up, I think this one will be matched.
Okay. So yeah, we're taking Sweden here. Next, we have Spain versus Russia, which like 10 years ago would have been a 10-0 scoreline. But things have changed. So we are predicting Spain to qualify just because on paper they have better players. Otherwise, it could be anybody's game, in our opinion. The same way that happened in World Cup also.
Yep.
Because this team
in the World Cup, Russia actually went through. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because at least on paper, that team was better than this one, the Spain team. And if Russia was was able to beat that team, anything would happen. But now, coming to the next match, which is going to be the highlight in the round of 16, it's Portugal versus England. And you have to say for Portugal, they're, according to our this path, they're literally going to face the worst teams possible in this entire tournament. They already have France and Germany in the group. Then they're going to face England itself. My dream prediction would be for someone from Portugal to foul Rashford at 90 minutes, only for Bruno to score a 90+1 and win it for Portugal.
Okay, can you imagine? It'd be like Ronaldo versus Rooney 2.0? Like
that's exactly the point.
Rashford gets sent off and Bruno winks at the crowd.
Yeah, and he scored. And just because Ronaldo subbed off around 85 minutes, Bruno takes the penalty because otherwise Ronaldo's taking it.
My God.
So that's kind of boring. Bruno takes the penalty and scores like his typical trademark style and wins for Portugal. And the scenes, the memes would be so good. It's one for the dreams. And I desperately want it to happen. Next one is Netherlands versus Poland. So again, Poland whole thing is pass to Lewandowski. And last is Turkey versus Denmark.
They do have some. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So Turkey versus Denmark, again, as we mentioned at the start, Turkey is going to very likely be the dark horse. They're going to do pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah. So now moving on to quarterfinals, we have Belgium versus Italy.
Well, this one is going to be very closely contested, I think.
Okay, so we have picked Belgium here just because they have better overall team on paper. Even though I personally feel Italy is a more closely knit squad, and the fact that Eden has the whole the golden generation thing which Belgium has going on right now is falling apart in my opinion. Eden Hazard is completely out of form in both form wise and fitness wise, so he is as useless as anyone can be. KDB has injury, so I don't know when he will recover. Only good play, like top class player they have right now going forward is Lukaku. But if you cut off service for him, he is useless as anything. So it could be anyway, but as of now we are picking Belgium. Then we have France versus Sweden, which is
France versus Sweden. Yeah, again, pretty straightforward one. France, even on paper, are the much better squad. And
I think this is where France team can beat Sweden by 5 goals. As of now.
No, I wouldn't take it that far, but
okay, anyway, yeah. Moving on, we have Spain versus Portugal and the horrors for David De Gea.
Oh my God.
Absolute horrors.
That match, I think, is what changed the whole trajectory of his
Yeah,
of the rest of his career. I mean, even up to that point, he had a
because
pretty good
coming
career. But
into that game, he was like the keeper of the year kind of player. Now he is a
dude, he was a keeper of the. Okay, I won't say keeper of the decade, but
top
he
three,
was
top three,
right up there.
top three,
Top three for sure. Top three for sure.
and now he is a joke. So levels. Now moving on. Next we have Netherlands Turkey, and here, a, contrary to popular expectation, we think Turkey is going to nail this one against Netherlands. People will be thinking Netherlands will be going through and tie up between these two, but we think Turkey is going to be the winner. What's your take?
Well, again, once again, I'm tired of saying this, but as we mentioned at the start, Turkey are dark horses. They have an excellent squad, and I don't know. I think this is one of those magical cup runs that they could just pull off. It will be a tough match for sure, but who knows? Cup magic, bro.
Okay, so now moving to semi-finals, we have Belgium versus France. So now this is going to be interesting. This happened in World Cup or not?
I don't think so. No, no, no. Oh wait, no, it did. Yeah,
Yeah,
Umtiti's header to win
yeah.
the match. Yeah, yeah.
Semi-final.
It happened
It
in the
was at
World Cup quarterfinals, if I'm
no,
not
no.
wrong.
It happened semi-finals. It was exactly the semi-finals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, semifinals, semifinals.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the repeat of the
Belgium beat
last
Brazil in
World
the
Cup
quarterfinals. Yeah.
semi-finals. Yeah. So who do you think is going to win this one?
Well, again, France's team is just too good to overlook, and we, I don't think De Bruyne. You said De Bruyne is not playing for Belgium, right?
Yeah,
So
he is
without De
expected.
Bruyne,
No, he is expected to come back, but I am not sure how fit he would be.
right, right, okay. So without so with an unfit De Bruyne, with an unfit Hazard, it's going to be tough for Belgium, and I think France will outclass them in this one. So yeah, France is reaching the
Okay.
final.
So next semi-final is Portugal versus Turkey, and on paper at least, this is the easiest team they are going to face since Hungary in the group stage, which
Yeah.
is I think their opening match, because after that they have France, Germany, then England, then Spain. So at least on paper, their easiest tie after first match is going to be semi-final if they reach till there, and all the other things work out as they are shown here.
Yep. But again, in this match, I mean, Turkey, as I mentioned earlier, a great team. But at some point, your luck runs out, and Portugal, they're just far too good to.
So do you think
And Netherlands are
Ronaldo
good,
hat-trick
but
can coming in semi-final?
who knows?
If he scores
I did
a
predict Ronaldo to be the star of the show, star of the tournament for Portugal at least. So it's possible.
dude, if he scores a hat-trick semi-final, I'm not even sure how many shirts he will tear through for celebration. Just for showing off his abs, he will definitely tear a 1 or 2 t-shirts minimum.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he'll probably be wearing like 5 shirts and then tear all of them off.
one by one. Anyway, moving on to the final, and we are not showing a prediction here, so we will first discussing our points in this one. So Itejume, our final prediction is France versus Portugal. What do you think is going to happen? As you can see, we are
So
not showing a prediction as of now.
So this is a repeat of the tournament or the final of four. I'm sorry, I got a bit confused. The repeat of the final 5 years ago now
Yeah.
in Euro 2016, and this one. So the last time these two teams faced off, it was pretty heavily tilted in favor of France. France pretty much blasted
Yeah,
through the competition,
yeah,
and Portugal struggled a lot up until the final. So everybody was saying that
not up
France is going to
until
run
the
away with
final. I
this.
mean, they were good in the semi-final also. They won comfortably against Wales. So not until the final kind of thing. But in the final, they suffered a lot. I mean, if not for Pepe, they could have considered 3-4 goals that day. If not for
Fair
Pepe
enough.
or even Rui Patricio. I mean, that day Rui Patricio played like prime Neuer, or even better to be honest. So
And
that's
yeah, so all they needed was one moment of magic, apart from obviously an excellent Rui Patricio, and that came from Adair at that point in
so.
time.
Do you think?
Now this one is good.
Do you
Yeah,
think
go
if
ahead.
this final happened, uh, I am forgetting the name of Portugal's manager. What's his name?
Uh, Oh my God.
That's embarrassing at this point. But anyway, I think he will just recall Eder out of nowhere, just for the vibes, just for the vibes.
Fernando Santos. Fernando
Yeah,
Santos. Yeah.
Santos. Yes,
Fernando Santos.
he will recall Portugal. Recall Eder just for the vibes in this one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think Ronaldo will finally have a match to play again, and this time tear his
Touch wood.
shirt
Touch
and
wood.
cry for like real on the pitch, not outside the pitch. So,
Yep.
in our prediction, it's the winner is going to be Portugal.
Back to back Euros
Back,
for the Portuguese.
and then Bruno is going to be crucified in England by the fans on the
Well,
middle of
we'll
Old
have to.
Trafford. Yeah, that's going to happen. But other
Well, the last time a star Man United player reached the finals of a Euros. Okay, fine. You know what? That's a bit of a stretch, but yeah,
but
you're
the
right.
first also that
Bruno
last time that happened,
Fernandes.
he lost the final.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So that's also there. So anyway, we are that's a prediction. Portugal to win it, Ronaldo to kill it, and what can we say? N'Golo Kante to not win the Ballon d'Or because that's not happening, and Mbappe to Real Madrid. Please, somebody do that. I am dying out here. ये विनीसियस को निकालो यार, कोई तो निकालो. And
Well, we will talk about the transfer window later. अभी transfer window को मत घुसेड़ो उसमें.
yeah,
We will talk about that later for sure.
so yeah,
But right now, I'm just excited for the first match of the Euros, which is tonight.
yeah. Which is it's what is it? I forgot it.
Italy versus Turkey.
Okay.
It is Italy versus Turkey.
So yeah, it's Italy versus Turkey, guys. And what's your prediction on it? What's your take on this?
Oh man, I can't believe we're already starting with such an intense and incredible matchup. I think Italy's gonna edge this one.
Oh, so you think Italy is going to edge again Turkey? Interesting take. Why?
Yep.
Why do you think
It's
so?
going to be pretty close. I guess a 2-1 win to Italy. I guess that's my prediction. So Italy have an excellent squad, and on paper, Italy is just incredible. Turkey, as we mentioned earlier, have a good squad, but I don't know. I feel like Italy have the slight edge in every aspect, and not to mention Roberto Mancini, who's a very experienced and I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a pretty good coach, so that could also give them the edge. His strategical nous. I think Italy have the advantage.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to wrap up this episode. Any parting remarks for overall tournament or something? A player to look out for or something along that lines? Or your golden? Okay, let's pick your golden boot winner and a breakthrough star in this tournament.
So golden boot winner, I will go for Ronaldo. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh my
And,
God! Nobody's going after him. This for some reason nobody's.
I know.
Everyone is all about
I know,
Harry
but-
Kane and Lukaku's and players like that. But going for
Well,
Ronaldo at this age,
It would be unfair to predict Harry Kane as a golden boot winner when we're predicting England to be knocked out in the round of 16.
yeah,
So
he can do 6 goals in group stage also, no? And 6 goal is pretty much enough to win it.
I don't know. I'm predicting Ronaldo, man. If for nothing else than just for the
Because
high of going out.
Okay.
Although it's not as if he's declining. He's improving. But yeah, I predict Ronaldo. Who do you predict?
Lukaku.
Lukaku. That's fair. That's fair. He's in excellent form.
At least I'm predicting him to go to the semifinals. So that's given plenty of time to score goals.
Yep.
So that's going to happen. But young player to look out for. Not Phil Foden.
Not Phil Foden for sure.
The Gaza Haggett is not going to work, guys.
So who do you think? You tell me first. Who do you think?
Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good prediction. He's been doing pretty well for City, hasn't he?
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, it's a tough one, man. So Ferran Torres is definitely one of the options, but you know what? I'm going to pick a dark horse, and I'm gonna say Jeremy Doku from Belgium. I don't even know if he's gonna play, to be honest, because they have excellent talent up front. But Jeremy Doku, I really like him as a player. He has been hyped up a bit in the media, but he plays in France, so not all that much. And because Rennes haven't been performing that well, there isn't much hype around him like there was around Kamavinga last year. But I think he can be the breakout star of the Euros. And since Belgium star player Eden Hazard is not in great form, their other star player Kevin De Bruyne is recovering from an injury. So it opens up the perfect opportunity for someone to steal the limelight. And that player could very well be Lukaku, but I'm predicting it's going to be Jeremy Doku.
Okay. You could also have gone with the safest pick of all, Mbappe, but
So come on, man, what's the fun in that?
nah, even the odds of him winning the young player is like 1:1, nothing.
Yeah, he's guaranteed to win it.
Yeah.
Practically guaranteed to win.
Yeah. Anyway, who's going to be the player of the tournament for you?
Another tough one, but since I predicted Ronaldo to be the top scorer, it's only fair if I call him the player of the tournament as well. Ronaldo.
So
Come on, Cristiano.
So full Ronaldo fanboyism is going on right now.
For sure, man.
It's good for clickbait purposes. My prediction is also from Portugal, but not Ronaldo. It's Bruno.
Okay, so we
Uh,
already starting to see a bit of a rivalry here. And from a Ronaldo fanboy such as yourself, I'm very surprised.
No, see, I have Ronaldo fanboy, but I have also have brain and working condition.
Come on, man. Are you really saying that it's impossible for Ronaldo to win the
No, it's
best
not
player?
impossible, but there's other people who are more likely to win it.
Okay, that's fair enough. You know what? Let us know who you think is going to win the tournament, win the Golden Boot, win the player of the tournament, and every other
Bruno.
prediction. And let us know how excited you are. Let us know how excited you are for the Euros down in the comments. See you next time.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Flying Fullbacks podcast. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share. And for more such content, subscribe to our YouTube channel.